Hello there! If you've made it this far, it looks like you're ready to tackle the responsibilities of the floor director. In this video, we will be discussing all of the basic tasks and jobs of the floor director. The floor director, sometimes called the floor manager, or set crew leader, coordinates crew members as well as the talent before, during, and after a show. Before a production, as floor director you need to oversee and help your crew in setting up scenery, dressing the set, placing set and hand props, and putting up displays if any are needed. Make sure to grab a headset as well, as several people may need to reach you through the communication system. As floor director, you will always be moving, so grab a headset and a wireless receiver. Turning the volume up turns your receiver box on, and further turning the knob will raise the volume of whomever is speaking to you. To talk, simply press and hold the button till finished speaking. Aside from coordinating people and props, you are responsible for the equipment as well. Confer with your audio person to make sure everything has been checked before the show begins. If you are working with a wireless, check your headset batteries before you use them. The same goes with microphones that use batteries. Keep extras on hand if any batteries need to be replaced. Be available for microphone and other audio checks happening in the studio if audio needs your help. When testing microphones, make sure whomever is wearing the mic has it clipped securely to a shirt or jacket and is speaking at a normal tone and volume. Do not hold the microphone directly to your mouth, as the volume of your voice will be overpowering, and setting levels like this will have to be redone. You should also be able to correctly attach a microphone to the talent's clothing in the event the audio crew is unable to get on set. Be sure that you are not making the talent uncomfortable when miking them up. You can always ask a fellow student to aid you in miking up talent or guests. Also note that for most shows, the host will be wearing an IFB in addition to their microphone. The IFB stands for Interruptible Foldback, and is sometimes called an interruptible feedback as well. The interruptible foldback, or feedback, is a small earpiece, much like a hearing aid, that carries program sound unless the producer or director interrupts the program sound with specific instructions. After audio is all set, make sure that your prompter is ready as well. Check the prompter by making sure that both the prompter source box, for whichever camera your talent is reading from, is turned on, and the monitor below each camera lens is turned on as well. Sometimes the source is on the wrong channel. So once you know your prompter operator has mirrored the script, press the source button on the prompter box until the text shows up on the monitor. Lastly, and this might be the most important step, make sure that the talent can clearly see and read the script without any hindrance. For setting up the monitor, first find and roll the TV to a position visible to the talent, preferably next to a main camera. This way, if the talent needs to talk about a pre-recorded video, they will be able to see and more easily discuss what the audience is viewing. To turn on the video monitor, plug in the power cord after first positioning the television. Second, connect a video signal, the green BNC cable, from a wall panel seen here, into the composite, or yellow, female video jack on the back of the monitor, as seen here. Afterwards, as long as everything is hooked up correctly in master control, turning the television monitor on will display the picture provided by the line out of production control, whether that might be a tape machine, a still photo, or a camera. When the talent arrives, introduce yourself. Do so in a friendly manner and make sure you give your name to the talent. And a smile always helps. Because most production people are busy before a show, you are responsible for establishing a good relationship with the talent and any guest throughout the production. Ask periodically whether they would like something to drink, and whether you can be of any help to them. Come back to them when you notice that the talent and or guests are not overwhelmed by your producer or director. Don't be afraid to speak up, however, if the talent is just chatting. Interrupt conversations and keep the ball rolling. If you are too shy, you might spend the entire pre-show prep time waiting for a break in conversation. Present yourself as a professional and people will view you as such. When the producer calls for the talent on set, lead them into the studio. Before the show, it would be wise to go over time cues, cue cards, and any other questions the talent and guests might have for you about how the show will work. To review any cues you will be using, we have folders found below our video monitor containing cue cards. Always, make sure your hands or cue cards are visible to the talent, and it is imperative that you are always beside the camera that the talent will be talking to when performing these cues. Stand by. Used to signal that the show is about to start. To execute, simply extend one hand above your head close to the camera. Cue. Used to signal the host to begin talking or moving. Done so by pointing to the talent. Speed up, meaning to accelerate what you are doing. To perform, rotate your hand clockwise with extended forefinger. Stretch, used to have the talent slow down, especially when too much time is left. Stretch an imaginary rubber band between your hands. Wind up, or wrap up, tells the performer to finish what they are doing or to come to an end. Using a similar motion to speed up, but usually with an arm extended above your head, rotating your hand in a clockwise fashion. Cut, a signal used to stop speech or action immediately. To do so, pull your index finger in a knife-like motion across your throat. 5 minutes, symbolizing that there are 5 minutes remaining in the show, is done so by holding up 5 fingers next to the camera, or likewise, holding a small card with the number 5 on it. Other than 5 minutes, we also use 4, 3, 2, and 1 minutes remaining. For 30 seconds, a half minute, you can either hold a cue card up, or you may form a cross with 2 index fingers or your arms. For 15 seconds, place your fist next to the camera lens, or use a cue card. To move them closer, bringing themselves or a prop closer to the camera, signal by moving both your hands towards yourself, palms in. To move them away or back, signaling the performer to step back or move an object away from the camera, use both your hands in a pushing motion, palms out. To have them walk or move to the next performance area, make a walking motion with your index and middle fingers in the direction of movement. To have them stop and to not move from that position, extend both your hands in front of your body, palms out. To have the talent continue what they're doing, give them the OK, formed by making a circle with the thumb and forefinger motioning towards the talent. To have the talent speak up, if he or she is talking too softly, cup both your hands behind your ears, also done by raising your hands upwards. To tone them down, for when the talent is too loud or enthusiastic, move both hands towards the floor, palms down, or place an extended forefinger over your lips in a shush-like motion. When you need the performer closer to the microphone, say when they are too far for good audio pickup, signal by moving a hand towards your face. To have the talent to keep talking, to buy time or until the next cue, extend your thumb and forefinger horizontally, moving them like a bird's beak. These cues come from the producer or director and are always established pre-production. The floor director should listen for those time cues through the communication system. Always keep your talent in your line of sight. It is not integral that you are always standing near a camera during the production, but if the talent is looking at a guest and makes no eye contact with the camera, you standing by a lens is not going to do any good. Get to where the talent can see you. Squat, stretch, and move around to get their attention if you have to. Light noises, like tapping a pen on a clipboard or snapping your fingers, might also be good for getting someone's attention if they are not seeing you. Be aware that any loud noises also have the potential to be picked up on microphones. Before and after a show, you are permitted to announce audible cues as well.
Can everybody in the studio please make sure your cell phones are turned off?
At proper intervals in a loud voice, announce how much time there is before the show. Good examples of when to do this might be
10 minutes to showtime,
or
30 seconds to show. Good luck, everybody.
after a show ends, it's your job to also let everyone know when it's okay to start moving and talking again. Once you receive the go-ahead from your director, let everyone know that they're
clear.
Post-show, help the talent and guests in any way. Help them to unmic and congratulate them on a great show. Be sure that the studio is cleaned up so that it looks like it did when you came in. Your studio's appearance is a direct reflection on your job performance. Thanks for watching. Now go direct some floors.